improved our technical qualities had we had more run-throughs on the stage. I would have liked when the TARDIS gets pulled. When the lever of the TARDIS gets pulled, to have kind of lights flashing, you know, how it is in the TV show.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of that, but not as much as I would have liked. Musically, the music in it.
Yeah.
It was all on cue, as far as I remember. I think it was. So, well done as well, I think. I just wish we had more time. As always, you always wish you had more time.
So, the aesthetic qualities.
Aesthetic qualities.
Aesthetic.
Probably. I would have liked to do a bit more set design because it was bare bones with the TARDIS in the back. That was it. But also at the same time, I kind of liked it being bare bones. So I have mixed feelings on the aesthetic qualities. Maybe if we had a little bit more set dressing, like kind of in the middle, I would have liked it.
Okay, so what fit?
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to keep it real.
Fitness for purpose and communication.
Do you know what fitness for purpose?
So did it fit its purpose? Like, did it get across what you wanted it to the audience?
Is that not the same as communication?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
So I wanted to communicate, as I said, a Doctor Who, an homage to Doctor Who. I feel like that was clear. Everyone understood that it was Doctor Who. They heard the theme song. Jacob stated it.
But why? But why? Like, did you want to entertain people that were fans of Doctor Who?
So, I think at the end of the day, because it was our fringe piece and we could do whatever we wanted to.
Experiment?
No, we wanted to. Let me just think of the word. We wanted to kind of. We were doing it for ourselves. We weren't doing it for the audience. We were just trying to make something that we love.
So it was like a selfish performance.
I think every performance is selfish to an extent. You know, like you don't do something unless you really want to do it. Usually, unless you're getting a lot of money for it, and that's a selfish intent. So,
true.
I don't think no one goes kind of like when I do comedy performances.
Mm-hmm.
I do it to make other people laugh, yeah, but that's because it makes me feel good. So,
right, so it's like
I'm a selfish person.
It's like giving money to the homeless. You're doing it not. You might not be doing it just to give a homeless person.
Well, it's like giving money to a homeless person and then taking a selfie of it.
Yeah, there's also
the selfish intent. Like you're doing a good thing.
It's always to make yourself feel good.
But if any fans of the show watched our performance and they liked it,
yeah,
that's even better. That's great.
Right, so
I don't think that happened.
Did you meet the criteria you set for yourself?
Almost. I have a pretty high bar I set for myself, I think. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, which can sometimes be a bad thing. But I feel like this was a positive experience for me because it let me let go of my perfectionism a little bit, and I handed the reins to other people in the group, while still obviously contributing myself. But me not being the main person, I shared out the not guilt, but the
workload
a little bit more. And I let other people do it, and it didn't turn out as I wanted, but it helped me let go of my perfectionist tendencies a little bit, which is good.
So instead of being a leading role, you was a supporting. Yeah, which matches the character you was.
And I think the criteria I set for myself is, as I said earlier, just to make this a Doctor Who piece, which I almost did. As far as my performance, could have done better, I think.
Yeah.
It's not that I was disconnected to the piece. I felt connected to it. I just felt when I was on stage with Jacob, it was easier for me to. I don't know. Maybe I did try my best. I'm not 100% sure though. I think I tried close to my best, but not 100%, and I'm not sure why I didn't try 100%. But that's why I didn't meet the criteria for myself.
Right. So, how did you respond to the feedback, whether it be positive or negative?
So feedback I got was stuff such as it wasn't really about my own performance as much as the performance overall. So say someone. So I know there were some people who were kind of confused because they might not have seen the show. So we had tried to make it easy to understand without having seen it, but without making it over expository. That's expository? Yeah. Expository. Because we originally had an opening monologue by Jacob where he kind of explains the plot of Doctor Who and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's great, but is it good writing to have that? I don't think so, personally. So we ended up kind of just dropping little information in the dialogue within each other's. So that's how we kind of received that feedback of not understanding. We made it clearer through little bits of exposition rather than just one expository bomb at the beginning.
Yes.
Other feedback included the bit where I die got kind of messed up because we didn't really choreograph it that well, unfortunately. And I wish we had taken the time to really... I mean, we kind of did. We set aside a little bit of time to choreograph the gun scene, but it just didn't end up working on stage. I wish we added lighting to it or something, but that's in the past now. So.
Does the final piece communicate the concept, the idea you intended?
Yeah. Communicates the concept and the idea, just it could have been done better, I think.
Yeah. Right, so analysis and critical evaluation skills. Okay. So, how committed were you to getting strong results?
As I said, I was like almost 100%. Just, I think the reason why I wasn't 100% committed is just because I wasn't there from the start, and I felt like in order for this performance to be the best it could have been, it needed to have been scripted. So once I found out we didn't have time to script it or anything, I was like, well, this performance isn't going to be perfect anyway now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of
not try as hard
as I might need to, which I don't agree with doing usually. I don't know particularly kind of why, but it was just... It felt like the right thing to do to help me get rid of my perfectionist tendencies. Was I not try so hard if everyone else doesn't try so hard? If that makes sense. And it might not be right or wrong, but it helped me get over this. So.
Yeah. Right, so how did your increasing knowledge base help move you forward in your ideas and predict new areas for your future exploration?
So kind of what I learned from this performance.
Yeah, what you learned and how it's going to help you in your future.
So I don't think I became a better actor from this. I don't think I became a better anything from this, really, except kind of a better at acknowledging when it's time to let someone else have
the reins.
Because this was Jacob's baby, kind of. Mm-hmm. And then I came along and I'm his stepdad, and as I did stepdad things, took it to the park, but at the end of the day I'm not his real dad, am I? So I can only try to be there for it as much. Does that metaphor make sense?
Yeah, that does actually make sense. Yeah,
You know,
weirdly.
I'm the stepdad. Jacob's the mum. The mum's the one who that's Jacob's blood. That's his that's Jacob's product.
Okay.
I came along and I can help with that. I can do as much as I can, but at the end of the day, I can't kiss it on the head because it's weird.
Right. Okay, that's good. So your conclusion. Given the opportunity to repeat the project, what would you have done differently?
Well, I definitely would have, if I knew what I knew now, I definitely would have joined Jacobs from the start and not attempted my own. Or maybe I would have attempted my own and I would have said no to having Harrison and Eamon join and just had it be me and Jordan, maybe. Yeah. But if that didn't work, I would have, and I got a third redo, I would have gone to Jacobs the first time and then just scripted it, put 100% effort in, make sure I choreographed that goddamn death scene, and then I feel like it would have been a solid really solid performance.
Right, so what did you get from this experience? Like, you talked about letting the reins go and stuff.
Beside that,
has that humbled you though? Has that humbled you?
No.
As an actor? No, okay.
I think being humble as an actor is a bad thing to an extent, because if you don't think you're the best, then you're not going to be able to get parts over people. Humbleness to me is what, like,
a weakness?
It's what weak people do to try and act like they're better than strong people.
That was alpha.
That's just what I feel. Anyway, I didn't really get humbled from it. I just felt like I could trust Jacob. So I guess I got a trusted friend.
Right, cool. Do you now know who, like, was it your first time working with these people like Connor Thompson, Jacob, and...
It was my first time working with them in a setting where we were in control as opposed to the tutors. Definitely. I'd say working with Connor Thompson was interesting because I didn't really... I've talked to him before, but I haven't really acted with him before.
Yeah.
So acting with him was interesting. As I said, we grew a little bit on stage chemistry as time went on. I would like to act with him again in the future. I've acted with Damien before. He's Damien.
Yeah.
Jacob, I've acted with before, but this time I was kind of his assistant director as well, and it was good working under him. Pause. Because we kind of gel well together, I think.
Yeah. Right. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good reflection.